Welcome into Patriots Today. I am your new host, Brett Alper. Allie Barefoot took a new job, and thankfully enough to me, I'm able to step in her place, and I'm going to give you the best Patriots coverage. And on today's show, we're going to be talking about Grunk on his podcast, talking about TreVeyon Henderson, and potentially a Kayshon Boutte trade. That could be in the works as of late. But today, and it's kind of in correlation, one of my favorite Patriots of all time was inducted and voted into the Pats Hall of Fame, Mr. Julian Edelman. I like to call him Edelbay back in the day. So before we get started on today's show, spam those 11s, show some love to one of the greatest Patriots wide receivers of all time. Okay, so Rob Gronkowski went on his podcast, and he talked about the entire New England Patriots draft, and he straight up gave him an A+. But he really had a lot of things to say about the Patriots' second-round pick, TreVeyon Henderson, and basically, this dude absolutely loves him. He thinks he's going to come in and potentially be the day one starter, taking over Rhamondre Stevenson's place, and I was kind of skeptical about his comments, but after kind of looking into it, and which I'll tell you about, I think he might be onto something here. This is what he said. He said, I think he can walk right in to the Pats organization and possibly be their starting running back from day one. And what I really like about this guy is that he's going to make Drake May feel really, really comfortable in the pocket. Not just because he's going to get the running game going, but because he's one of the best pass-protecting backs to come out of college football in some time. And when I look at TreVeyon Henderson, when you have Josh McDaniels coming back, you're getting back that offense, that dink and dunk offense that's going to be quick routes, and you're probably going to be passing the ball a ton, especially when you have a quarterback like Drake May. Henderson gives that type of James White feel. That guy who's going to be explosive off the line of scrimmage, catching passes, and you've seen it just throughout his college career, especially at Ohio State. I mean, the rushing stats don't lie. Last season, 1,000 yards rushing, 10 touchdowns, 926 in 2023, 11 touchdowns. First 2 years, he was getting going. That opening year he had at Ohio State, 1,200 yards. But what really sticks out to me is his receiving stats. Now, Ohio State didn't have that, hey, we're going to target the running back on the offensive end in the passing game a lot. 27 catches, 284 yards, 19 catches, 229 yards. But this guy can catch the football. This guy is going to be running routes for the Patriots, and I really feel that he is going to have that James White type of feel. Now, I wasn't really the biggest fan of this pick first. I was able to do the video of reacting to it. I wanted a wide receiver. I wanted to pair someone with Stefan Diggs. I'm trying to get Drake May as many options as possible. I don't care who it is, because you see the potential in your quarterback, and this is a quarterback-driven league. I know Rhamondre has talent. He also has a fumbling problem, but if you get Drake May and able to check down option, especially with a guy like Henderson, who's going to make the first move, make that first guy miss, he is going to be way more productive, especially in the passing game. If you drop back and you have an extra offensive lineman guarding him, that gives Drake May a bunch more time. And Henderson, he's been productive on the receiving end. I went and looked at the PFF grades for you guys, and in 2024, a 75.1 PFF receiving grade. 2023, 73.6. This guy is really good at receiving the football. Only 17 yards per game, but he's running 15 routes. I would probably expect that to jump up to 20 with the Patriots coming in 2025. And then if you look at the last 3 seasons, PFF actually gave us every running back's grade for receiving. And you can see right there, Rhamondre Stevenson, 62.2 the last 3 seasons. Antonio Gibson was a 76.4, but in 2024, 65.6. So TreVeyon Henderson, he's going to be a lot better. And now you have that 2-back system that you're going to see. You have a 2-back system that we see with the Lions. You have your heavy hitter, Rhamondre Stevenson, and now you have your speed back that can also be that 3rd down back. And what Gronk said the most If you give this guy time to throw, if you give Drake May time to throw with that extra blocker in Henderson, that's going to help. If you give any quarterback time to throw, I don't care who it is. It could be the worst quarterback in the league. It could be like Will Levis, who's now no longer the starting quarterback of the Tennessee Titans. If you give a quarterback time to throw, you give him 4 seconds in the pocket, he's going to find the open man. And with wide receivers like the Patriots have gotten now in Stefan Diggs, and they drafted Kyle Williams, I think this is going to be really successful. And here's what Gronk also had to say about Henderson possibly being a third down back, which is going to be absolutely crucial. He said, it's third down. Crucial situation. You need to get the first down to keep your chances alive to win the game. And boom, here comes the linebacker blitzing right up the A-gap, and TreVeyon Henderson picks him up. Drake May, you don't got to worry about it. Gets the ball off to Stefan Diggs, first down, the chains are moving. That's why this was a huge pickup in my eyes. I believe he has a first-round grade as well, but they got him in the second round, so it was a steal. Now, for TreVeyon Henderson, if he can able to block NFL-type talent, I know it's a big difference between college and the NFL. If he's able to just buy Drake May some time, Stefan Diggs is going to be open. I think Jalen Polk is going to have a little bit better year. I really like Kyle Williams. But what Grunk said is he's going to be the running back 1 when we get into week 1. I don't know about that one. I think Rhamondre is running back 1 for now. Rhamondre had 6 fumbles in 2024. That's terrible. But he also had a very productive year in 2022, rushing for over 1,000 yards. And I think that he can jump back into that. You get Will Campbell. You build this offensive line. You find holes. If Rhamondre comes out and you show that he's still got it, if he has a fumbling problem, obviously he's immediately going to hit the bench. But I'm going to say that Rhamondre is going to be the running back 1 for now. We'll see what happens once we get halfway through the regular season. But I'm asking you guys, pick a starter. Would you want Rhamondre to be the starting running back of the Patriots or TreVeyon Henderson? Type RS for Rhamondre, type TH for TreVeyon. I'm going Rhamondre. I like a bulldozing back rather than a speed back. Going with RB1. Third down back, though, 100% TreVeyon. Coming up, now we're talking about the wide receivers. Is Kayshon Boutte, is a trade coming? Could we see him leaving the Patriots? I mean, that wide receiver room is gigantic. But before we get into that, I got to tell you about our sponsor of today's show, and that is Fanatics. And if you want to get your Will Campbell jerseys, you can get them right here, chatsports.com/Will Campbell. I know it's an offensive lineman, but you got to rep everybody. I don't care who it is. If you want to rep the Patriots, if you want to get that, he's not going to be wearing number 1. Let's put it that way. Once Will Campbell will pick a number, then Fanatics will ship it out to you. So chatsports.com/Will Campbell. Support the show, support the Pats, get your jerseys today. Okay. I saw this and I was like, yeah, this makes sense. Kayshon Boutte linked to a Cowboys in a possible trade. And here's what Brian Hines had to say about the Pats pulpit. Great website. I think you guys should go check it out. He does great things over there with SB Nation. Boutte could profile as a low-volume X-receiver in Josh McDaniels' offense, but the production last year at 23 years old would likely lead him to having the most trade value of the bubble players. One team that would make plenty of sense for a potential partner for Boutte or any receiver is the Dallas Cowboys. And now, I look at Boutte, and you could see at 5'11", 197 pounds, he was a lot better in the second half of 2024. I mean, 43 receptions, 589 yards. Him and Drake May were connecting a little bit, but I want to see more out of him. And personally, if you look at this Patriots depth chart, Boutte just might be the odd man out. There's not a lot of space on here. You have Stefan Diggs, you have Pop, you have Kyle Williams as who could be your new wide receiver 3, and we'll get to him in a second. Then you have Kendrick Bourne, you sign Mac Hollins, Jalen Polk. There's just so many spots here. I don't see the Patriots going in with, I can count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wide receivers on this roster, and you have your veteran in Kendrick Bourne. You have Kyle Williams, who is what I think a very similar player and very higher upside than Boutte. And then Jalen Polk, which I don't really think that the Patriots are going to get rid of him after 1 year. I see maybe giving him a second opportunity, get him in a Josh McDaniels offense where we can really see how he can shine rather than just saying, oh, 1 year, he was ass. Let's just throw him away. No, I don't see that happening. I could see that happening with Kayshon Boutte. And Boutte was a candidate to be a trade candidate before the draft. Adam Schefter put out on an article on ESPN and said that he was one of the top candidates. And then Jordan Schultz also said it, that they could move him to possibly get some more draft picks. So it's already on the mind of Mike Vrabel that, hey, we have too many wide receivers here. We could get some good trade value with a guy like Kayshon Boutte. And Vrabel, he wants to start a new culture here in New England. Gerard Mayo's not here anymore. And he wants to pretty much ship out everything that we've seen. I mean, he's cut Cardona, who was a captain. We saw David Andrews leave. Like, this is a new culture that's coming here in New England, and I don't know if Boutte's here to stay. I don't see it. And when you have a guy like Kyle Williams that's coming in who has the same measurables, 5'11", basically 190 pounds, and you see those stats there from college: 70 receptions, almost 1,200 yards, 17.1 average, 14 touchdowns. And he's a lot faster than Kayshon Boutte. I really don't know if there's going to be a spot for him. Now you got to find the trade partner, and I think that could be the Cowboys. I mean, they really don't have any wide receivers if you want to go into it. You have CeeDee Lamb, who is one of the best wide receivers in the league, and then Tolbert. Like, they could use a wide receiver. Yeah, I have producer Lopez here, who's a Cowboys fan, and he's like, yeah, we don't have any wide receivers. But do they really want Kayshon Boutte? That'd be the question for the new head coach. And I don't know if Jerry Jones is going to take that trade. But if you can get any trade value for Boutte, I'm taking it. But I'll be honest here. I think the Pats could wait until training camp. They're going to see. Preseason comes. All these roster spots are still going to be available. But once you got to get down, you got to cut down to 53 players. That's where you start thinking, okay, we could trade this guy. I don't think he's going to be a cut candidate, but you're on that rookie deal. I would definitely try to call up Jerry Jones, get maybe a 4th-round pick for Boutte. Let's see what we can do, because I really believe in Kyle Williams. That man is a speedster going across the middle. Drake Maida Williams, that connection is going to be fire. And you guys will see come 2025. And I'm going to ask you guys this. Do you think the Pats should trade Kayshon Boutte? Type Y for yes. Type N for no. I'm going to say yes. You have so many wide receivers on this depth chart. Plus, you got the undrafted free agents, and those guys could make the team. So I'm going with a yes. And it's the first video with me as the host. So if you guys could, I'm a part of Pat's Twitter. Love it. I follow everybody on Patriots Twitter, so give me a follow on Twitter @TheRealAlper or on Instagram @TheRealAlper. And don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Today. We'll be giving you a video for you guys every single day. And as always, let's go Pats.